Hey, it's September 6, 2020. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska, and I wanted to show you this guitar strap that I just finished. I made it out of Wicked and Craig tooling leather. The top side is about 45 ounces, and then the bottom is about 2 to 3 ounces on the back side. But this is, somebody asked me to make them a guitar strap. I never made one before. And so I just started looking online at different designs, and then just got out a piece of paper and drew this one up based off of what I saw on the internet. But it's a very basic guitar strap design. I think they're very common with the Tandy leather kits, but it just has an adjustable strap back here, and the holes back here to attach to the back of the guitar, and then to the front here. So it's 2¼ inches wide, and the strap itself is about, I think it's 35 inches long. Anyway, this is a lot of fun to make, and I'll show you how I put it together. So this is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Have a nice day. All right, I'm getting started here. I want to make a correction. I remeasured the strap. It's actually 39 inches on the main body of the guitar strap, not 35. But I'm just double checking my measurements to make sure that the strap I'm cutting out is 2¼ inches wide before I go ahead and cut out the entire strap. If you want to make a project like this and you don't want to buy a whole entire side of leather, you can easily go on, like, say, Springfield Leather's website or a similar company, and they have straps pre-cut that you can buy, and I think it'd be like $20, $30, something like that. But that way you don't have to buy an entire side of leather just to make one small project like this. And the next thing that's going to pop up here is this board that I cut a little slot down the side here. Took it over and had a friend run it down his table saw. But if you're doing a lot of strap projects, radio straps, guitar straps, belts, whatever, in leathercraft, I don't know why I waited so long to get something like this made, but it has cut down the time it takes to sand down and burnish and paint the edges of these long straps. So I highly recommend getting some sort of board with a notch cut in it that you can just set your project down into like that, and just hold it in place while you're pressing on the sides with either sandpaper or like a burnishing stick. I forgot to get some footage of stamping the letters into the leather rather, but you can see me doing that in other videos. I wish I could find some stamps that were just a little bit bigger. These are 1-inch stamps. These are the biggest stamp set that Tandy offers. It'd be nice to just have them just a little bit bigger for a 2¼ inch wide strap. But I think the white letters really pop out when you outline them with black paint like that. And I'm just using the Angelus acrylic leather paint. It's not very expensive, and it seems to do a really good job. I'm not putting any dye on this belt at all. What I'm using here is just olive oil. It's the same olive oil that you buy at the grocery store, and I probably put about 3 coats of it total on this. And when it dries, it makes a nice medium tan color. And then I'll finish it with the Phoebing's acrylic Resin and paint the edges with Phoebing's brown edge paint. The edges were finished off starting with a 220 grit sandpaper. Well, I guess I should back up. I used a number 2 edge beveler on both sides of the strap to round it off, and then went back around with 220 sandpaper, then came back with water and wet sand it with a 400 grit, and then come back after that and start rubbing it down with a canvas cloth. When I'm cutting out the slots here, it's much easier to punch holes on either end of the slot. This is what I found anyway, it works best. But you punch holes on either end of this slot, and then when you come back with the slot punch, it makes it much easier to punch that through versus just trying to punch the slot punch through each of these little channels here without having these holes on the end. This is a 1-inch slot punch, craft tool slot punch from Tandy. It's not the sharpest slot punch, but it works just fine for what I'm doing. And then what I'm doing here is just weaving the back strap through these slots here. If you want the strap to be shorter, you start on the end that I'm weaving it through right now. And if you want it longer, then you just start further on down on that little ladder of slots there in order to get it to the size that you would like it to be at. And then I just used a craft tool notch punch that you saw earlier in order to make the holes for slipping the little nubs on the guitar that hold the strap to the guitar. You just press it through those little holes on the ends of the straps and it just pops in place. Anyway, this guitar strap was a lot of fun to make, and I've already have other people contacting me to make them ones. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Have a nice day.